The other video, I didn't know enough about this game to really talk about it. I was learning as I went. The video was long. I corrected myself in a lot of the video later, but in case you didn't watch the whole video, I'll tell you a lot more about this game. Okay, now first we're gonna go to play. You have all this stuff here. You can create your own tournament or league, basically, or you know, you can play in these different leagues here. A lot of these different leagues have certain teams that are available. I play on medium difficulty. That's what I like. I just had a game. It was 6-6 tied up, but anyway, I haven't played any like leagues or tournaments. The only thing I've done was like just quick match. But as far as creating characters, you know, I have created a few characters on here, pretty much, a couple, right? But just to show you something here, you can make their head a little bit smaller if you want. Make their head skinny. I try to make their head. See if you do something crazy like that, it's a little bit ridiculous. But that's kind of like what the game is. I mean, this is not super important. You know, some people may be turned off by the way the characters look, but when you're playing, the camera view is from a distance anyway. So the for games like this, you just want to look at the gameplay aspect. It's pretty fun. It's obviously not like FIFA or PES or something like that, because the strategy aspect of it is not quite as advanced, but it's decent. It's good enough. You can pretty much make your characters run around with facial expressions and stuff like that. Run around with their tongue out or whatever. Some of these, you know, facial expressions. I mean, it's not a huge factor because the game is from a distance anyway, so this stuff right here is not that big of a deal, really. You can create the look, you know, you could like tilt their mouth if you want to. So it's got make their mouth smaller. You got all these different. Even though the characters are like cartoon, weird pixel characters, this is still pretty cool. You know, it definitely is. You know, the way you can. It almost reminds me of Super Mega Baseball in a way. The concept of as far as what type of characters you have on here. Super Mega Baseball, the characters look a little bit more realistic than this. This is a little bit more a little bit more, you know, it's a little less realistic in this game, but I'm not gonna save that character. I was just going there to show you what was up. But anyway, some key factors in this game are when you're playing your game, yes, you can adjust the clock. This right here, you know, obviously you have two halves no matter what you do. If you do that on here, I would say that's a little crazy to me. But to play this type of game for 90 minutes, I do 15. The clock will be accelerated based on, it's like FIFA. However long, it's gonna say 45 minutes a half no matter what you put it on, but the clock just moves way faster. When you play it like this, that 45 minutes goes in 2 minutes and 30 seconds, which is extremely fast. So the lower the time, the faster the clock accelerates. And they create the delusion or the illusion that it's a 90-minute game, which I think that's really cool. FIFA does this very same thing. You have a couple difficulty levels. I play on medium, as the easy levels aren't that fun. You know, you could just pretty much shut a team out without no experience, because the other team is obviously not trying that hard. Then you have your soccer ball. Select which ball you use. Pretty decent options. That looks like a volleyball, really, but this is kind of like an old school kids style ball, and then you got these two. That, you know, there's a few options. That's pretty cool because it's a generic game. You know, it's not like, even though you have Liverpool and Barcelona and all that, this game doesn't have any license, so these aren't the actual teams, obviously. Now, what I believe right now is like, I think the teams on here are think there's nothing but males on here, but you can create females. So there's no females on here initially. I don't believe there is anyway. I haven't seen any. The only ones I've seen are the ones that I created. In fact, the team that I had, I created one female and she was the only female on the team. So you have this cool stuff here where you can change their outfits. If you want to make the teams look more like the real team or something, change, edit players. You can't really edit. Let me go here. It seems like you can't really edit the player on the team. You could just, wait a minute, yes you can. I'm not sure what LS is. Oh, you could change his number with the D-pad basically, but or you can change the player. Use some, put one of your created players on here. It's basically what you can do. It says modify player. You could change positions of the players if you want. I don't know what the LS button is, but I guess that's how you would edit the player. So yeah, you can edit your characters on here if you want, but I don't really do that. I just, you know, when I exit, when I save them, none of that. And you can edit their outfits, but me personally, I choose to create my own, you know, because you can create just a brand new team, just fresh. I did that. They already have a roster basically. It's like just, they just throw some players on there and you can edit those players and change them around or add, take them off the team and put some of the, because when you create players on here, they're not on a team yet. So, you know, this is a very good game for the price. It's $7.99 or $8.99, one of those two. I think it's $8.99, whatever. I don't know. But anyway, this is a very, I do recommend buying this game just for the price. And I know a lot of people don't like these types of games, you know, as far as like the way the characters look and stuff like that. But as you can see, you know, I'm setting my difficulty level. Medium is a good level to play at, I think. 15 minutes is for this type of game, 15 minutes is good. On FIFA, I play, I think, I play 20-minute halves. 20 minutes is not an option on here, you know. But again, I'll go ahead and say this again. 15-minute match length is 7.5 minutes, a half, basically. But it accelerates. The clock just accelerates fast. It'll say 45, but it's not. It's like your stadium. They don't have hundreds of options, but this is good enough for this type of game, definitely. You know, and then you have what type of ball, of course. I already went over that, but I'm gonna get into the game. I'm gonna play a shorter game just to kind of walk you through what I'm doing here. Okay, this is the team that I created. It's just something I just threw in there, basically. We're gonna play against a national team. Let's see. Wow, they got some pretty cool national teams on here. We're gonna play Mexico. They probably have, you know, so it's almost like America versus whatever, you know. So the last time I played this, I had both teams wearing blue jerseys, and that turned out to be a mistake, pretty much. You don't want to do anything like that, so I'm gonna stick it like that. I only have 2 created characters on here. That's it. The rest of them are just kind of, see, as you can see, they have Hispanic names, Mexican style names, you know, so they didn't get too ridiculous with the names as far as just throwing any name together. Stuff is really cool, as you can see. Now it's kind of the controls are a little basic. You would press R1 to sort of sprint, It's X. There's a couple pass buttons. I usually use X to pass. See, as you can see, these to me look like kids, and I thought that's what it was. As I tried to score a goal there, it's not that hard to score goals, but it's not ridiculously easy to where you just want to knock them in every time you shoot. But it's not like FIFA. Again, this is not something that would, if you're like real serious about realistic players and stuff, this game may not intrigue you that much, but it's a little bit more fast-paced, as I just got scored on. But see the female that's kicking off? That's the only female in this that I have on our team. No other teams have. I don't believe there's any other females already in the game. I think you have to just create them. I think that's the only females that will be in the game were created. It's a possibility that I'm wrong, but I just haven't seen that. As they just tripped my female character. And I just got an easy goal. You seen that indicator? That's obvious what that is. That's just the power of your kick. That's going to be there in passes and scores. Okay, as you can see, the key in this game basically is going to be the sprint button, which is R1. You're going to be sprinting a lot. As you can see, I put a little bit of she gets more shots than anybody else. She scored like 4 goals in the last game I had. The controls are not super complex, but it's decent enough, you know. You're not just running up the field trying to. I don't know if they call like offsides and stuff. It seems like they don't, which is fine. You know, again, it's kind of like a generic game, but it's definitely a good game. If you like soccer at all, I think you would like this. You won't feel bad based on the price. You know, obviously this is not a game that you would pay $30 to $40 for, but they don't charge that much. Wow, I'm getting another easy shot here, but I missed. So they do make you miss at times, just to kind of even out the game so it's not ridiculously easy. It's easy enough, I'll tell you that. See, they pretty much get more aggressive as you get close to the basket, or I'm sorry, close to the scoring. You would press L1 to switch players. That's how that works. But like I said, the basic thing you're going to do is you're just going to be attacking your opponents with the sprint button and stuff like that to take the ball away from them. It's not quite like FIFA, even though the controls are very similar. See, based on your angle and power of the kick, it's going to determine how good of a chance you have at scoring a goal. Based on where the goalie is, they'll block it when you kick right to him. You got to kind of get a good angle on it, put enough power into it. Another thing is, it doesn't seem like these characters have any attributes. Everybody seems even, you know. That's one thing they don't have on here. It doesn't matter who's at what position. They all play. It seems like they just have the same attributes. I don't know if that's really the case, but I haven't seen anything like that on here as of yet. Get the... Oh, crap. That was an easy goal for them. Again, I don't believe they call offsides and stuff like that. I don't even know if there's even yellow and red cards. I know there's penalties for tripping, but I don't know about cards and stuff like that. Sometimes it's easier just to attack and take the shot rather than risk. When I play on medium, these games are usually neck and neck, because I guess I'm just not good enough yet to really beat teams. As you can see, my big ball-headed character. Uh-oh. As you can see, the clock shows that we're almost at 45 minutes already. Of course we're not. Of course we didn't really play that long. Look how fast the clock's moving. She might have an easy shot here. Put a little too much power on that. You don't have to put too much power into it when you're that close, because you will overkick it. I think most soccer games are the same in some ways. These do look like kids to me. It doesn't look like adults, but it seems like they're supposed to be adults, but they just look like children. They could be kids if you want them to be, right? Everybody's waiting for everybody to get the ball. I have videos on FIFA also. I do like playing these games. As we are tied at halftime, 2-2. So the game is a little bit more fast-paced than what you would see in the real thing, but it's because of the type of game it is. It's not the kind of game that's going to be like. And when they have those easy shots, they're pretty much going to make them every time. So you know, in FIFA that isn't really the case. They miss some of those, but they do that intentionally to slow the pace of the game down. What you don't want to do in this is control the goalie. I've done that before. I'm not sure what happened there. That was a little weird, but you control the goalie, it's hard to play this goalie. I did that before. As you can see, they're pretty much taking over this game. I'm going to have the opportunity to come back, though. I had to come back from behind before and tie it up. See, they call fouls and stuff, but I don't believe there's red cards and yellow cards. In fact, I'm pretty sure there isn't. I don't even see a referee out there. As you can see, I'm trying to come back. She's like our main player, which is odd because she's the only female that we have. I think people will have fun with this game, especially if you're just a casual soccer fan and you're not really hardcore, but you kind of like it. You'll enjoy something like this a little bit more than like FIFA or something, because it's not as advanced. When you're trying to kill time, you can do that, which is stupid for me because I'm losing. But they will not let you hold the ball. They're going to eventually attack you. Your character will run out of stamina if you run too much. I'm trying to get in position to tie this game back up. The last game I played was a draw. Sometimes you just hit the shoot button if you just want to get the ball out of there. First time I was playing this, I thought the sprint button was R2, and I was messing up. See, I just hit circle, which is the shoot button, just to get the ball out, because I'm tired of the ball being on that side. Sometimes you gotta do that. See, I got nobody over there. That kind of messed me up a little bit. And we did come back and tie this thing up at 4. But yeah, it seems these players are pretty much even. I'm just trying to get the ball out of there. He did a bicycle kick. Obviously, the further they are, the harder it is to score. See, you got to use your analog to control your passes. If you just hit the button, you'll pretty much pass it straight forward to whoever's there. It could be someone on the other team. Seems like the opponent is more aggressive when the game is either tied or they're losing, which is realistic. See, they're playing very aggressive right now. They're really doing a good job of so now we got to play aggressive too. I don't know why he stopped, man. I'm not sure what the foul was there, but this game is pretty much over. Oh, come on. And the game is over and it's a draw. There's no penalty kicks or nothing like that. It's just the end of the game. You can have a rematch, but anyway, that's my gameplay video. As you can see, there's your statistics. You know, we tied with Mexico 4-4. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you actually want to buy this game. If this is something that looks like you would deal with, you know, it's only anytime a game is under $10, you know, you can have an open mind about it and say, look, maybe this game isn't incredibly sharp, but can I have at least a little bit of fun with it?